Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am very excited today because I am filming another Q&A. I hope you're excited to watch because we have some juicy, good questions today. I've done a lot of Q&As, so sometimes I do worry that I answer the same question maybe like twice. As I evolve and grow up, some of the responses that I've had maybe a few years ago is very different today. This is my updated thought on the situation or that topic. Does that make sense? I do want to say thank you to Ritual for sponsoring today's video. I have been a fan of Ritual for a while now. When I first started using Ritual, I think like anyone else, I started with their multivitamin. I was taking their multivitamin to help fill in the gaps in my diet. And then they recently launched their essential protein shake, which I've been very excited to talk about this because I am not someone that likes protein shakes. Like, let's just be real. I don't really enjoy taking protein shakes. I have tried so many in the past and I just cannot get down with the flavors. But this one actually tastes so freaking good. Every time I do a Q&A, it is our ritual to have a drink. So my beverage of choice today is my protein shake. This is the vanilla flavor. It tastes so good. It has 9 essential amino acids, so it's going to help build lean muscle mass, satisfy your appetite, and support bone health. There's also 20 grams of vegan pea protein in this. No sugars added. Instead, it is sweetened with a combination of fermented sugar cane and monk fruit. Overall, I am definitely a fan of their essential protein shake. I love this vanilla flavor and it also keeps me full in between meals. So if you're interested and you want to try them out, you can get 20% off your first month. I'll put my link and code down below and also here on the screen. So if you're interested, definitely check them out. Let's get into the Q&A. How to deal with weight gain and body changing. When I was a teenager, in my family, we hardly ate vegetables. It was a very high carb, high protein type of diet when I was growing up, and we also ate very late at night. When I was in high school, I also had a lot of fast food. I would have a lot of sugary drinks, and it never really crossed my mind that it was unhealthy because my parents were not the type of parents that did not allow fast food. So I think that also contributed to my weight gain when I was in high school. And then when I moved out for college, that's when I just completely switched up my diet. So I would say between my early 20s up until now, I haven't really noticed weight gain. However, last year was when I started noticing my body changing. As far as my weight when I hop on the scale, that has been consistent and that has been the same. However, I have noticed that my body fat is now getting stored in other areas. So in my early 20s, I've always felt that I held on to the most weight in my legs. So in my inner thigh area, that's usually how I know I'm gaining weight, if my inner thighs start to rub a little more. And my stomach was always very flat, but I have noticed since last year that I am starting to hold on to weight more in my midsection, and now I'm not really holding weight in my thighs. Definitely some body changes. I am noticing it for sure. I do have to be more consistent with working out, also be a little more mindful of what I'm eating. I've learned that I have to cut back on certain things and also switch up my eating pattern. That has been helpful. I would say if you are starting to notice these body changes, first off, I think we have to recognize the fact that that is normal. Our bodies are going to change and evolve as we age. Also, I think it's a good motivator to motivate you to get your body moving. It's actually a really good thing because now I'm moving my body and I'm also just feeling stronger and better about myself because I am being more active versus just being a couch potato. It's just a matter of adapting to a new routine that is better suited for your current body. Okay, next question. Tips to figure out how to live with your significant other. I am pretty sure I've talked about this in a video before, so I guess I kind of have an updated version of that. I'm sure a lot of people are also experiencing these changes. Like maybe you have been living with your partner for a long time now, but you've never lived with your partner through a pandemic. My tips on living with someone is that you have to be open-minded and you also have to be respectful of what the other person wants, because it's very easy to think, oh, this is what I want, and you kind of forget that the other person also has wants and needs. It's very easy for us to think that, oh, what I want is right and what I want is better, but all of that is just perspective at the end of the day. No one is right or wrong. It's really a It's really just a preference thing. It's all about trying to understand the other person and also making some compromises to see how you guys can live in harmony together. The number one thing is definitely communicating what you want. I think trying your best not to come off as attacking the other person and telling the other person, oh, your way of living is wrong. It has to come from a place of just, I genuinely want to figure this out. I genuinely want to be able to live in harmony with you. And how can we talk about this? How can we work on this to make things better? It's going to be an ongoing thing. I think as humans, as we evolve, our needs and wants change, our living habits change. So I think when it comes to living with someone, there's always going to be that learning and unlearning of each other's habits and quirks. And I don't know, I guess you can see it in a negative way, like maybe to some people that's just super annoying, but you can also see it in another way where it can just be a fun thing for you two to get to know each other and also get to like experience different lifestyle changes with each other. I feel like that's also what keeps a relationship exciting. If things are always the same and we always have the same rules and we always have the same perspective on things, that gets boring. Challenge yourself to learn this new thing about your partner. Next question, do you have Botox? Yes, I've been wanting to talk about this, but I didn't want to talk about it until I've had some experience with it. Then I can share with you how I feel about it. So I've gotten Botox 3 times in total since 2019. Actually, no, I didn't get Botox. I got Dysport, which is similar to Botox. I first got Dysport in my masseter muscle. So you may remember me talking about having jaw issues. I've had jaw issues ever since I was a kid. I have seen an oral surgeon for this before. They have recommended that I get jaw surgery because I am starting to get arthritis in that joint back here. But anyways, that's kind of the backstory on that. So I did get a consultation from the oral surgeon. I was gonna go through with the surgery, but I kind of just chickened out because it is a really long process. I'm gonna get it at some point, I'm sure. I just haven't really had the bravery to go through with it yet. But that is actually why I got Botox or Dysport in my masseter muscle, because when I was researching, a lot of people said that getting Botox or Dysport in your masseter muscle can help with the pain. So people with TMJ get it, people that grind at night, they get Botox in their masseters. So I got that in my masseters. My first time around, I got 90 units of Dysport, and that did really help. It helped so much with the pain, and then that wore off in about 3 months. And then in 2022, so I didn't get Dysport for like over a year. So earlier this year around March, this time around I got 120 units in my masseter muscle of Dysport. And that has lasted much, much longer. So that was from March up until now. We're in August and I'm starting to feel the pain come back again. So I may go back to get it again for my masseter muscle. A lot of people also get it in their masseter to help slim their face. It's also known as like the V-line Botox. Personally, for myself, I mean, you tell me, I don't think it really slimmed down my face at all, because for me, I have a very round face shape, and for me it's because it's just my bone structure. So my bone structure right here is more wide, so no matter how much Botox I get in the masseter muscle, I don't think it's going to really shrink, because it's not like I have a huge muscle here. This is just the bone structure that's making it wide. But for myself, I haven't noticed any changes to my face at all. I don't think it's shrunken this side at all. It looks the same, but it really has helped with my jaw pain. So I will continue to get this until I feel ready to do my surgery. The last Botox that I've done would be my upper lip. So I don't remember, I think I only got like 4 units of Botox. So I wanted to try out the Botox lip flip, which essentially, I mean, you can look it up, but it helps relax the upper lip. So it's good for people with a gummy smile. I don't have a gummy smile, but I have a gummy laugh. Is that a thing? So when I laugh, my upper lip curls a lot and it tucks under and it shows a lot of my gums. And some people even say it gives the illusion of fuller lips. So I did want to get slightly fuller lips, so I wanted to try that out. Personally, in my experience, I would say it's not really for me, maybe because I don't have a very strong gummy smile. So for me, it kind of made my upper lip feel a little weird. I had no control over it. The upper lip was just doing weird things. It was just like kind of pouting out, but not in a good way. I've watched a lot of videos, and for a lot of people, the lip flip was actually super cute on them, but for me, it looked unnatural. So thankfully, I only got 4 units of Botox on my upper lip, so that was very, very minimal, and it wore off within like a month. So yeah, those are the injections that I've gotten, and hopefully that was helpful. How can I develop thick skin when it comes to emotions and situations? I would say if you are someone that's dealing with this, the only way to have thicker skin is to experience the things that's causing you that pain, because the more you deal with it, the more you get desensitized to it. And every time that you do receive a mean comment, or maybe every time someone says something to put you down and you take it personally and it hurts you, take that as the opportunity to desensitize yourself from that situation. Every time that it does happen, try to change your thought pattern. For example, like in an Asian family, it's very common for aunties and uncles and even parents to point out that you've gained weight or that you've lost weight. There's always something wrong, right? It just felt like I constantly had to defend myself. And then it just kind of reached a point where every time that they did say something, I just stopped caring. Maybe it's not their intention to attack me. Maybe to them, it's not, it's not even rude to say, but for me, it was something that bothered me. And over time, I've just learned to not let it bother me. Whatever other people say just does not matter. And I think over time, the more you practice that and not letting things get to you, that is when you become stronger and develop thicker skin. How not to be hard on yourself when you're new at something and still learning. I was one of those people where if I tried something and I wasn't immediately good at it, I would just be like, oh yeah, this is not for me. This is not my thing, because if this was that thing, I would just be good at it. I have too many friends, including Wa. Wa's one of those people where he will just try something new and he will just be good at it. And a lot of my friends are like this. And I always felt like that odd friend out where I just wasn't really good at anything. It takes me a lot of practice, a lot of work to finally be somewhat decent at something. I would still try new things, but I would try it for like maybe once or twice. And if I'm just not good at it, I'm like, it's not for me, gotta find something else. I became super, super comfortable in what I was good at and what I've done over and over again. And it wasn't until when my girlfriend suggested that I try Pilates, because I was venting to them about how I just feel like I don't have hobbies and I feel like I don't have anything that I'm good at. Then it was with Pilates where my girlfriends were like, how about you just try it? Even if you're not good at it, commit yourself and do it for a few times, before you quit. And that was kind of the start of me feeling like, wow, I can try something new and also sit with the fact that I'm not good at it, be vulnerable, and just be open to learning. We all have to remember that people that are really good at something, like athletes or people that are really good in business, okay, maybe it did come natural to some of those people, but it also requires a lot of hard work to maintain. So when you look at other people that are super good at something that you wish that you were good at, just know that it requires a lot of time to practice, to maintain, to learn, to continue to learn how to be good at that skill set. Even if you can just give like 10%, 20% every time you try something new, you are putting in that effort to become better at something that you otherwise would have said you can never do. Don't be so hard on yourself. Try your best not to let that voice, that negative voice in your head, because we all have it, it's so easy for that voice to just constantly creep in and bug you. But just know that you also have that bad bitch version of you. I know we all think, especially if you don't feel confident, you think, I don't even have that. Like, I don't even have that voice in my head. But we do. But it's just that negative voice is so much louder. We have to try to give more attention to that positive, loving voice in our heads. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and I hope that is helpful to you. Thank you all so much for watching this Q&A. I hope it was fun for you to watch. Oh, if you would like to check out Ritual, you can get 20% off your first month. So my link and code will be here on the screen and also down below, so definitely check them out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day wherever you are, and that's it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.